Hello, it is Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Tuesday puzzle today, so should be another relatively approachable themed crossword. Hopefully I don't whiff the ending like I did yesterday, we'll have to see. And this, hopefully more confident edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Kathleen Quinn, Quotidiophile, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, and the indomitable Shulmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support in allowing this channel to continue to exist in a sustainable fashion for me. I do very much appreciate that. So thank you so much to them. If you'd like to become a benefactor, you can get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug at patreon.com/dailysolve. And of course, you can get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week, by becoming a patron at any level at patreon.com/dailysolve. There's a link in the description field underneath the video. And do also subscribe to the channel, and and thank you to everybody who has become a patron at any level. I do very much appreciate that. I always want to make sure to mention that because it's true. And yes, do subscribe, do tell others about the channel. Also, publicly available on the channel is on Sunday I posted a cryptic crossword solve of a recent Sunday Times cryptic crossword, accompanied by the setter of that very crossword, Dean Mayer, aka Annex. So that was fun. That was a long cryptic solve, and if you're interested in that sort of thing, it was really interesting to get his insights sort of live during the solve. And so that's an interesting watch if you're curious about cryptic crosswords, or if you already know you like them. Okay, let's get on to today's puzzle, shall we? So this is the Tuesday puzzle. Of course, it was constructed by Ailey Yoshida. This is Ailey's debut puzzle. So we'll see what she has in store for us on her first outing in the New York Times. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Let's start solving. Word said twice before pants on fire. That would be liar, liar, pants on fire, the sort of schoolyard taunt. And let's check the crosses on that since we have some letters in the grid. Like the left brain in pop psychology. Oh, I don't remember which these are meant to be. Is that the learning brain? I don't know. I don't remember what one of them's creative and one of them's analytical or something like that. Although I think it's been demonstrated maybe that's not actually really particularly accurate, which I guess is why maybe this says pop psychology. Okay, smelter's material, iron ore, and heretofore, as of now, there we go. This will I will heretofore solve this puzzle without any delay. I don't know. We'll see about that. Went by horse or car. You rode by horse or car. And guesstimate words could be or so. So we know we need more than one word or a plural of a single word. But in this case, more than one. Or so. Okay. Sincere intentions are good. You mean well. Good. Sincere intentions. Oh, and this is a themed clue, of course. We can see because of the asterisk and because it's being highlighted. Well, it's in this case, it is highlighting 62 across, which is presumably the revealer of the theme, and indeed it looks like it is. Kara Zor-El's identity in DC Comics, or a punny hint to the answers to the starred clues. I'm assuming Kara Zor-El. I'm assuming this is going to be one of the super characters like Superman, because that's how those names are sort of broadly formatted, I think. So, Supergirl? Let's just type it in and see if that works. I'm really not confident about that, so let's check the crosses. Party in the blank. Miley Cyrus said, oh, that's funny. I don't think I've ever heard this song, but I did encounter it in the crossword recently. Party in the USA. And common shape for a toy bank is a piggy bank. And me problems. Egos. Why is that problem? I guess they're problems for somebody else to have to deal with. I mean, I think they're probably ultimately problem for oneself as well, but I wonder if that's what that is getting at, egos. I'm not sure. Let's once again check here. Garfield's canine buddy. Oh, right. Garfield, the dog in Garfield is Odie. and chucked forcefully in modern lingo. That would be yeeted. We had this. Oh, maybe it was in the mini recently. I was going to say that's very recent that it was in the crossword. Maybe it was. It was definitely at least in the mini. It might have also been in the standard crossword recently. Russian refusals are niets, no in Russian, and quit your belly ache. And this is looking correct, actually. So that worked out. I'm glad I inferred. Glad I sort of. I mean, it seemed like the most obvious answer, really, Supergirl. So I'm not very surprised, but I'm glad it worked out. Hazardous current is a riptide in an ocean. To get using willpower? Question mark. Willpower, to inherit the power of a will you will inherit from somebody because you've been specified in their will, and that's how you will get it. That's a clever bit of misdirection, light misdirection. Slurpy strands of food are noodles, and then that completes this answer, which is a Vietnamese dish containing 46 downs, so a Vietnamese noodle dish, which would be pho. And this was also, filming locations are sets. There we go, film on a set. And Yoshi of Mario games is one for short, a dinosaur, a little green dinosaur. Slowly enter as a crowd might. A crowd might filter into a room. We're sort of doing this puzzle backwards, as it turned out. One's enemy could be one's foe, and to depict by drawing is to sketch or what? What is it? Depict by drawing. I'm not sure offhand. Escape room is a group activity. That, I think, was also in the puzzle recently, but as the escape bit rather than the room bit, I think. Okay, if one decides to join something, one opts in. Let's check these crosses and make sure. Really, though, is it? Is it really opts in? Yes, I think it is. And if he badgers her, he nags her. Badgers, nags. Also, it never really occurred to me that badger and nag are both animals. You have you have a badger, and then a nag, a sort of an old horse. It never really occurred to me. That would be a good thing to use in a cryptic crossword. Depict by drawing. Oh, right. Why do I still not see this? Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm sure many of you are yelling at me through the screen about that one. Sandwich named for its ingredients. A BLT, probably, a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. And to see 38 across. With 39 across, flour named for its distinctive shape. Oh, a bluebell, maybe? So what is going on with this Supergirl? Kara Zor-El's identity in DC Comics, or a punny hint to the answers in the starred clues. This looks like Penny. Yeah, pretty Penny. So we're describing super girls. So is Belle, are we saying Belle is a girl's name here? Usually it would be spelled with an E on the end. Maybe because it's punny, maybe the names can be homophonic. They don't need to be spelled exactly right, but they can correctly, but they have to sound the same. I wonder if that's what's going on. I'm not quite sure yet. Gave the green light. Gave the green light. Maybe I'll delete this until I have a better idea. Oh yeah, that doesn't look right anyway. Oh, limb, not bim. Just what I had. So it's not a bluebell. Good. I was a little bit uneasy about that, given what the theme appears to be. So you depict by drawing limb. So I mean, yeah, that's not the most common word, but that works, and BIM did not. Okay, so here we have the flower named for its something lily. Lily is certainly a girl's name. So named for its distinctive shape. Let's see, tiger lily, water lily. I don't know offhand. Slackens as rain. The rain abates. It slackens. It lessens. And if one gave something the green light, one okayed it. King or donkey followers. We have King Kong and Donkey Kong, famous fictional apes, giant, relatively large apes, enormous in the case of King Kong. Sender of unsolicited emails is a spam bot, presumably. And what gives a doc inside info? An MRI, maybe? Magnetic resonance imaging so you can get a picture of your insides. French loaf baked in a rectangular mold. French loaf baked in a rectangular mold, a terrine. So not a loaf of bread, but rather a loaf of meats. If you've ever had a terrine with the sort of, you get a lot of the gelatinous meats. It's just served cold. I think a lot of head meats, I think, in particular. Okay, miso, for one, is often in paste form, and you can make miso soup and other things with it. Kind of fitness test for K to 12, kindergarten to 12th grade students somebody in the U.S. Education system. What would this be? Kind of fitness test. Not sure. Output from an eruption, ash maybe from a volcano, and they're typically happy in fairy tales. Endings are typically happy in fairy tales. So Colorado ski resort, Aspen, looks right there, and Swiss green is chard. So Swiss chard, it's the big leafy green. It's I don't know, sort of like kale, I guess. Okay, so what is this kind of fitness test? What is this? Why don't I see what this is? Don't know, but I still don't. Martial artist Bruce Lee, the great Bruce Lee, martial artist and actor. So, kind of fitness test. I don't know. I just don't know what this is. I'm sorry. What about this? One who's hoppin' and boppin' and singing his song in a 1958 hit. That's Rockin' Robin. So there's another one of our super girls. We've got Pretty Penny, Rockin' Robin, Something Lily, and Good Grace, Sincere Intentions. Oops. Does that work? I don't know if that's really correct. No, it's not. Because a ways away would be far, not gar, which is a fish. Good. It is driving me absolutely bananas that I can't identify what this is. Let's see. How one might cower. One might cower in fear. And, the logical brain, right. So what did I say? Analytical or something? The left brain in pop psychology is said to be the logical side as opposed to the creative side or what have you. Artfully evasive, con. I mean, a con is artfully evasive. But if you describe that person as artfully evasive, that person is con. Not quite sure I understand this. Maybe I have something wrong. Vicinity. Oh, I do have something wrong. Okay. So coy would be what artfully evasive is. There we go. So heretofore. Oh, as of yet. Yes, of course. Oh, sorry. That was embarrassing. So I had that completely wrong. Heretofore isn't from now going forward. It's up to this point. As of yet. And then the vicinity is the area. There we go. What a dog's tail wag and bark might mean. Let me out of the house, maybe? And if you agree, I agree. I am on it or something? I don't know. Organization sponsoring a school fundraiser, perhaps. Oh, maybe this isn't. I should stop guessing too presumptuously. To burn something slightly is to char it. Yeah, okay, that wasn't let me out. It has all the answers, is a key, an answer key. And a round of a track race is what? Round of a track race. Here we have, if something involves something else, it entails it. Oh, a heat. Okay, right. So, heat, series of heats at a track meet or something like that. Running races. Mexico's national flower is the dahlia. Pretty sure. Oh, good faith. Why on earth did I not? Oh, boy. I seem to be really off today. 2021 Pixar film set on the Italian Riviera. Oh, right. I never saw this. Luca. Yeah. I remember seeing trailers for it, but I never saw the film. Okay. Mild cigar is a Claro. Know of this, but it's one of those things I don't really encounter often in my life, so I'm actually not really sure exactly what the pronunciation is. Him in Paris is Louis, in French, and so the in Paris just means in French in this case. Dressed in means clad in, and to do one's part is to act. So literally one's part in a play or a film or something like that. A part, a role. Okay, so what have we not seen? Hill with the 1998 number one hit, Doo Wop, That Thing. Lauryn Hill. There we go. And does that help this? What a dog's tail wag and bark might mean. Oh, let's play. That's much better than let me out. Although I guess the thing with dogs is that they have very limited, a lot of different things are going to be conveyed with pretty similar actions, which is just how it goes. To agree. Assert doesn't really work. So organization sponsoring a school fundraiser perhaps is PTA, which is why I think the first thing I saw that made me think let me out was incorrect. So PTA for Parent Teacher Association. And then, oh, star lily, flower named for its distinctive shape. There we go, star lily, one of our super girls, indeed. Okay. Cake in French is gâteau. And to agree, is that to assert? I don't really think of those being synonymous in that way, but... Oh, assent. But assent is agreement. Boy, I don't seem to be doing very well with these little things in today's crossword. Spin-off clothing store for children. And possible score after deuce. So in tennis, deuce is when you're tied at 40, which is the match point, but then you have to win by 2 rather than 1 once that's occurred. So you have this advantage in, advantage out, add in. There we go. Sorry, I had to sort of talk that through until I remembered what I was looking for here. Okay, so I guess it is assent. Agree. I agree. I assent. Yeah, okay. Reason for overtime is a tie game. Oh, right. Sort of like add in tennis. But not really, because there's no timer in tennis. Barrel at a brewery could be a keg. And, oh, Gap Kids. So Gap, the clothing store. And then spin-off for children, Gap Kids. Sorry, someone told me yesterday that when I'm explaining the answers, I sort of run the cursor all up and down, and they find it distracting. Sorry about that. Yesterday, I made a point to remember to stop doing that, and then I completely forgot today. I need to remind myself to cut that out. Okay, if something is foolish, it's inane. And Matt Damon, was in the film The Martian. And some dog-powered transports are sleds. And then, what was this? Oh, adrenal, kind of gland that produces cortisol. So the adrenal gland, there we go. And what else did we not see? This. Minimal gesture of acknowledgement would be a nod. You can give someone a nod to acknowledge them. Most student drivers are teens, and I wonder if that's equally true globally. I would guess that's the average age of a student driver is probably lower in the US than most places. What about this? Tolkien creature is an ent, and one of the tree creatures. And does that all work? It does. Look at that, precisely 16 minutes. It has no meaning whatsoever, but it is, I don't know, striking to see. Okay, so there we go. I didn't get sort of stuck in the same way I did yesterday, but I definitely had some pretty silly oversights, like as of yet confusing that heretofore. What else? Really took me ages to come up with Star Lily, and especially good faith. That was a weird one. Sincere intentions. Yes, operate with sincere intentions. Operate in good faith. I don't really know why I struggled with that so much. But that's how it goes sometimes. So anyway, let's look at our theme. We have Kara Zor-El's identity in DC Comics, Supergirl, which is our punny hint to the answer to the starred clues. Good Faith, Rockin', Robin, Star Lily, and Pretty Penny, our 4 Supergirls. That's a fun theme. It's a good idea. And well executed, and maybe not brilliantly solved by me, but there we go. And of course, these answers, including the revealer, are symmetrically disposed throughout the grid. So by which I mean if you rotated the grid 180 degrees, these highlighted cells would be in precisely the same position. And there we have it. I think that was a really nice debut puzzle by Ailey Yoshida. Not my finest performance, but I think she did a good job. All right, let's get on to some clues for yesterday's puzzle. Oh, there weren't any. Sorry. Okay. That wasn't an intentional gag. I just forgot. So, yeah, didn't have anything that needed correcting on yesterday's puzzle. That's often how it goes with the Monday. So, thank you to you for joining me, and I will be back tomorrow for the Wednesday crossword. Could be a little bit of a step up in difficulty. Will still be a themed puzzle. And until that point, I hope you have an excellent remainder of your Tuesday. Take care.